you a framework of thinking that helps us kind of navigate our culture these days. And it goes beyond feelings. And it goes beyond facts. If you notice, it seems like, just case in point, irregardless of whether you're a vaxxer or an anti-vaxxer or a masker or an anti-masker, isn't it interesting how scientists can take the same set of facts and come up with very different conclusions? It's interesting, isn't it? So this goes beyond feelings, it goes beyond fact, it even goes beyond faith. You know, you can believe something and it not be true. So what I want to talk to you today about is I want to talk about a framework of thinking. And it's actually a formula that helps us understand where we are today. And so it kind of starts out, everybody, all of us experience life events. We experience circumstances. There are things that we face sometimes that we don't have any explanation for. And I know many of you have so many stories of things that you faced in your life. And our life is in a sense a sum of all of those experiences. Some of those experiences are things that people have done to us. Some of those things are things that we've kind of brought on ourselves. We met the enemy, and the enemy is ourselves. Sometimes there's things that happens in our life that we just don't really understand why they happen. They say that sometimes there are things that we never get over. We just got to get through them. And so we all face, in a sense, a set of circumstances, a seed, and what we do with those circumstances, I think, determines our destiny. Now, there are basically three levels of thinkers, I believe, and everybody has this formula, this framework, or this mental grid, which they have in their mind of how they process their life events. And the first group, what I call the first level thinkers, are what I call the victim thinkers. You see, victim thinkers have two terms in the equation. See, they equate the outcome of their life solely upon their life circumstances. In other words, if you can just change the circumstances, you can completely change the outcome of your life. Now, we see these people every day. And as a physician, I see a lot of these people. They always think, if only this wouldn't have happened, then the outcome of my life would be different. C equals O. And kind of one of the challenges with victims is that so often the things that happen in our lives, whether it's our decisions or what somebody else does to us, so often it's something that's happened in the past. Things that we don't have any control over. And so the other thing about this formula, this way of thinking, is that there's no tools to be able to change the outcome except expecting someone else to come in and be the hero. C equals O. We see it every day. But there's a different level of thinkers. Now, these folks are what I call second level thinkers. And they have a little bit different way of looking at the world, and specifically at their circumstances. They say this. You see, second level thinkers say, now, it's not necessarily what happens to you that determines the outcome of your life. It's how you respond to your circumstances that determines the outcome of your life. Now, these are what we call the heroes. Okay? And so they add a different term into their equation. Okay? And this term, of course, is an R. So the mental equation in their thinking looks something like this. C plus R equals O. Definitely the focus of this thinking changes into how we respond to our life circumstances. Sounds great, doesn't it? If you think about this, these strong responders, they'll tell you several things. Number one, believe in yourself. Spend some time thinking about your circumstances and begin to self-actualize and realize yourself. And then through self-effort and self-determination, determine the outcome that you want in your life. And you can control your destiny. And there are definitely some truths to that, to being a hero. But as a surgeon, I face this a lot. You know, being a hero isn't all it's cooped up to be. I'll never forget this man. His name was Garth. Came in the office, and I looked at the chart, and it was really funny because it said, you know, patient requests an amputation. Well, I don't know if you know this, but most people don't come in the office requesting an amputation. And so I began to scratch my head a little bit as I walked in the room. And anyway, so I walked in,